I'm Corey Weatherton, Director of Product Development for Entegra Coach, and I am showing you today the brand new 2025 Entegra Coach launch. Now, we have made some upgrades to this coach, but then we've also left some of the things you love about it exactly the same for one more model year. Now, first of all, this is built on the Mercedes 2500 Sprinter chassis. This is an incredible chassis. It's all-wheel drive. It is a 3-liter, 4-cylinder unit. It absolutely handles well in those off-road conditions. That's why we've built this. I love the all-wheel drive because it's intuitive. Now, Mercedes switched to this approximately 2 years ago. Prior to that, it was a standard 4-wheel drive unit. The hard thing about that was it wasn't very intuitive. You had to shift multiple directions to go to 4 high, 4 low. But when Mercedes made this change, we took it off-road, and we love the changes that Mercedes did to it. This Entegra Coach launch, you will notice it does have a partial paint on it. That is an option. We get this chassis in with a few different colors, and then we also offer a few different partial paint options as well. You'll notice the rugged all-terrain tires with the aftermarket matte black wheels. What we've done to this also is we've made this the best handling coach Sprinter on the market today. We've added Koni FSD shocks, and we've also replaced the rear stabilizer bar with an oversized stabilizer bar. The shocks are going to help you when you hit those big mud holes, potholes. It's a comfort shock, but then when you need stability, it'll provide stability as well. The oversized stabilizer bar will get rid of a lot of the left or right rocking inside of this. So we have beefed up the suspension on this coach, and it handles incredibly well. Now, this unit, as I said, is a partial paint. It's an option. We have very few options on our coaches. Why is that? Because the fewer the options are, the higher your resale value or trade-in value is. The guidebook only goes off of base value. Some companies, you can have a lot of options. We have very few, simply so you can have that higher resale value. With us, most things are standard. Standard on the roof of this, we have a Starlink Satellite System. I used one of those last Memorial Day weekend camping, and I absolutely loved it. There is enough bandwidth on that we could be watching the Indianapolis 500. Kids could be streaming different streaming platforms inside the coach, as well as we're able to be on the internet at that time. I love the Starlink. So this is one of the great features of this unit. On the roof, you have 200 watts of solar as well. You also have a small 10-watt panel that is going to monitor and maintain your chassis battery. And then also on the roof, you have a 48-volt air conditioner. Speaking of 48 volts, let's talk about the brand new lithium system we have inside of this. New for model year 2025, we have a Lithionics lithium battery system. It is a 48-volt system, and I can tell you it is the most efficient system on the market today. Why is that? Because all of our competitors are running a 120-volt air conditioner through an inverter. We're running a 48-volt air conditioner. So our air conditioner only pulls about 900 watts of power per hour. Their air conditioners are pulling about 1,500 watts per hour. So we've wanted this battery to have a long run time. Has approximately 7,900 watt hours, and it is massive. It is going to cool your unit for a long time. So I wanted to point that out to you. Also, we've added a Nations alternator to this, some Victron internals. We've got the best name brand components on the market today inside of this Entegra Coach launch. And so super excited to share that with you. As we move back the coach, you're going to see this full length running board. It gives you some rugged traction for if your shoes are dirty or if it's wet outside. You have a full length overhead legless awning. That does have a motion sensor in it with a full LED light strip. I will caution you with that motion sensor that is more so a safety feature. Don't depend on it every time. Why is that? Because if you get a couple strong gusts of wind in your campsite when you're gone, this may not retract in time and you could damage your awning. So that is just a caution for you. That motion sensor is great, but don't rely on it. Use your common sense. So if you're out kayaking for the day, hiking for the day, you're going to be able to retract that before you leave so that you don't have any damage when you get back to your campsite. Moving back to coach, You will see we have a 120 volt ground fault circuit interrupter here. This outlet is rated for outdoor use, and so that way you can bring your portable induction cooktop out here. You can fry your fish outside or even your bacon, and you're not going to smell up the inside of your coach. So that is a great outlet for you to use for that. As we move to the back of the coach, you will notice that we have a ladder. This ladder, just as a heads up, it is not designed to be climbed where it is. Sometimes on dealers' lots, these units will get damaged because somebody thinks they can climb on this. That's not the case. We have a key on the key ring that'll take this, this screw off, and then you'll take this and mount it to the side of the coach. So I want to give you that caution there. It does have a rear backup camera. It does have 360 viewing as well around this coach. Moving inside of the coach, one of the new things I want to point out for this year is you're going to see we added a third L track. Last model year, we only had the rear one and the front one. This year, we've added the third one. Why is that? As I mentioned, we have very few options on this coach, but one of the options we do have is you can add a second house battery. So standard on this, like I said, is one 48 volt lithium unit that's about 7,900 watt hours. You can option a second battery on this unit if you choose to. If you option it, it will be set outside of this ABS with an aluminum housing around it that functions as a bench. So that is new for this model year. Also for this model year, we've added rear storage to this garage if you want to option it. We have a rear storage bench for both sides if you do not option the battery, because if you option the battery, there's no room for a storage bench. So we can option storage on both sides or even just storage on the one side if you'd so choose. So that's new for this model year. We love the versatility and flexibility of the benches in the rear because it gives you one more living space. So I wanted to point that out to you as well. This has been the outside of the coach. I believe it's absolutely beautiful. We've made some great tweaks to this unit for model year 2025. Let's look at some of the changes on the inside and also go over what makes the Entegra Coach launch the launch. So we are inside the 2025 Entegra Coach launch. The 19Y is the floor plan. And I can tell you there are some great things in this that have always existed as well as some new things. First of all, we're going to be talking about the cab area of this Mercedes chassis. I love this cab area simply because I'm 6'3" and there is plenty of leg room as I'm driving this coach. Some of the B vans, it's not really the case, but this Sprinter chassis lends itself well to taller individuals. We also have this massive Mercedes touchscreen infotainment unit. It does have navigation on it. It has Sirius XM, Bluetooth for your phone. A lot of things to love about this chassis. As I mentioned, it's all-wheel drive. There's no shifting, no levers to move, knobs to turn. Very intuitive. And then also you have adjustable driver and passenger seat. So there is a lot of convenience and comfort inside of this cab. So we are in the living area of the 19Y Entegra Coach launch, and we've made a couple changes back here. First, you're going to notice that we have recovered these seats. They were tan before, new for this model year. We've added a black material on this, as well as the base of these seats black as well. It matches the cab area a little bit nicer. We listened to your feedback. You guys wanted that, so we did that. You're going to notice over here, this unit is controlled by the Firefly whole house multiplex system, and then also this screen is for our Timberline 17,000 BTU hydronic heating system. That is plumbed to your chassis. That's the key thing. It's running off of diesel fuel. And then we have this thing below. What the world is this? This is our new screen for our lithium system. So this is going to be the touch screen for your Lithionics battery system. You'll be able to monitor. Right now we're at 99% battery. You'll be able to see charge coming in. You'll be able to see power being used. If you want to learn more about our 48 volt lithium system, on the Entegra Coach launch website, I have a video on that I walk through kind of the nuts and bolts, how to use it and what it is. So make sure you check that out if you have more questions. The kitchen is absolutely beautiful. We have a lot of countertop space. As I mentioned, we have a portable induction cooktop. That is intentional on our part because you're only using the cooktop at best maybe 20 minutes a day, and you're using a countertop the rest of the day. Also, there's an awesome slide out extension here that goes all the way out and lifts up so it's flush, so you have a nice workstation. You have a 3 cubic foot reefer down below that is 12 volt. It is going to have ample room for a coach this size to be able to have all of your food that you need for your expedition. All of our cabinetry is made by our partners in Italy, a company called Tecnoform. They designed this for us. It's absolutely incredible. You will see we also include a JBL Flip 6. That way you're going to be able to have music playing in here. Great thing about this is it is not fastened to this coach in a permanent way. So when you are going out kayaking, when you are going out hiking, or maybe even you want to go on a picnic, take your JBL with you, turn on your tunes and set the mode as it should be, set the mood as it should be. This is a coach that has a lot of room in it. We have a bank of drawers down below. On this side is where we're going to store our induction cooktop, as well as you'll be able to put taller items if you would choose to. Going into the bathroom is very ample sized for a coach this size. You will notice inside of it that currently there are 2 bamboo shelves. You will notice that this unit has been optioned with a 300 watt Renogy battery maintainer. So that is a flexible solar panel. I love that 300 watt panel simply because it will give you additional power to be able to run your 12 volt lights in here, run your refrigerator, and it will give you enough power that it will still add to the charge of this coach. So recognize that 200 watt panel on the roof is basically a maintainer when your system is shut down, but that 300 watt Renogy panel that is optioned will give you enough power to give you a charge and then also be able to utilize your 12 volt inside of this. In the rear, we have a garage area as we showed you on the outside. This bed is a power bed. It does drop down for sleeping. And the great thing about this is it has a 750 pound bunk capacity. And so you will be able to sleep in it in a very comfortable way. I'm 6'3", as I mentioned. I can sleep across the back and feel very comfortable. Great thing about this bed is maybe you have a taller dog kennel down below. You can lower it to the top of that dog kennel and still sleep in this bed. So wherever it is in its stop position has a capacity of 750 pounds. You will find that we have nice exhaust vents inside of this coach. As I mentioned, a 48 volt air conditioner to keep you cool, a 17,000 BTU Timberline heating system. This coach will get you everywhere you need to go, and it'll also allow you to use it in cold weather. So that's the key thing. Camp in this, hike in this. I interact with some folks regularly who have one of these. They live in New Hampshire. They use it in the wintertime. They take it up skiing in the mountains. They take it on hiking. This is an all-terrain unit that has a lot of capabilities and capacity. So get out to your dealership and check out this Entegra Coach launch. I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this Entegra Coach launch video. This is the 2025 unit, and we have made some great changes to this. But at the same time, a lot of things are still the same because from the outset, we have hit the ball out of the park in my belief system. Whether it's this table that drops down to give you outside living space, it's with the new Lithionics battery system, with the optional 300 watt solar panel. There is a lot to love about this unit. Thanks again for watching this. Corey Weatherton, Director of Product Development. For more information, contact your local dealer. If you don't know who that is, go to integracoach.com, dealer locator, enter your zip code or postal code, and it'll tell you who your local dealer is. Get down there and check it out. If you have more technical questions about this unit, always feel free to call us here at the factory. The key thing is when you call in, let us know what state or province you're from, and then we will connect you to the regional sales manager who's responsible for your state or province. Make sure you talk to a regional sales manager. Sometimes I get calls into the factory asking for me because I'm the guy who did the video, but realize there's just one of me and a lot of you. That's why we have regional sales managers. We would love to answer your questions, so talk to one of them. Get out, check out this unit. Don't miss it. Get camping in it. Go anywhere. Go off grid. Go BLM land or provincial state parks or fill in the blank with whatever. We'd love to get this into your hands. You need to check it out.